Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Benefits Cool Down. I am Ted Lasso, aka Eric Silverman. That, everyone, is Sam Obisanya, aka Ed Legande. Ed, Sam, whoever you are today, I got a good quote for you. Ready?
Yep. Yeah.
All right, here we go. So I love when Ted said, well, well, as my doctor told me when I got addicted to fettuccine Alfredo, that's a little rich for my blood. What do you got, Sam?
Well, that's pretty funny. I remember that scene actually. That's definitely something employers should say when they see the renewals this year. I mean, this has been quite the year with regards to some of these renewals. I mean, that's actually the first thing I can think of from a health plan perspective, from a ongoing benefit plan perspective. Some of these renewals we're dealing with this year are double digits, but that just means in the north of 20s and 30%, and some of them even way higher than that. We actually had a renewal from a client. Unfortunately, they didn't take it, and it was a different solution we had, but it was up in the 60% range, which is
60 plus
60%, right? Which is up there with the most I've ever seen.
What do you so let's break it down. What do you have a rationale or a reason you've heard why they're so crazy this year?
There's some theories. Every carrier has been saying some different things. Obviously, from hospitals now having some price transparency, a little bit at least. Also, delayed care from 2020 and 2021. People not going to the doctor and now realizing things are a lot later. Elective surgeries, things like nature that got postponed from 2020 as well. So, we saw that especially with some of our clients that are self-funded. Their claims in 2020 were very, very low, and then started upticking towards the latter part of 2021. And this year, just boom, much larger claims. Fortunately, those employers have the tools to allow us to mitigate some of those situations. But even on the fully insured side, when we don't really have any claims, visibility or transparency, we're still seeing some of these large increases. Even some of the pooled renewal ones that are usually in the 12-13%, and of course you try to negotiate those are in the 28. The last two that I received were in the 28-30% ranges, and all we're being told is high utilization, right? I mean, we can't really get much out of the fully insured carriers there. All too rich for my blood too, and of course my goal is to sit sit on the same side of the table with the client. So it fortunately is allowing us, because we started way earlier this year. We started about 6 months before the renewal date, in an effort to, deliver some of this news as much as we could. And so there was no surprises. Unfortunately, there weren't too many surprises. We kind of were able to prep for a lot of this. And so we got a head start in quoting some different options and getting creative in how we mitigate the risk. And on most occasions, there's a lot of transitioning happening right now. And I'm sure this is probably across the board as well. But I think these are a lot of good solutions that are long-term solutions too. Of course, this is a big pill to swallow. But of course, when you project it out over the next 3 to 5 years, these new solutions that we're putting in place, that I'm learning about from people like you and, other, advisors in the country, these are great long-term solutions over the next 5 years, and helping employers understand that our benefits aren't just a 12-month automatic renewal. It's a strategy to recruit and retain, and what can we do to leverage as much as possible out of that to get the best return on engagement, of course, but keeping it a sustainable solution. So hopefully that makes sense. What does that quote mean to you?
Well, I like what you just said, return on engagement. Everybody thinks of ROI, return on investment. How about return on engagement, ROE? I like it. Just like that. That was perfect. No, man, I don't have anything else to add. I think you summed it up best. That's a little rich for my blood. That is exactly what employers should be saying to us as advisors, and certainly to carriers this time of year, and frankly, any time of the year. So with that, appreciate you, my friend. Everybody listening, tuning in, as always, we appreciate you, and prove to us that you listened to today's episode by saying lower those rates right there in the comment section below. Then we'll know that you are a true fan and you paid attention today. So as always, appreciate you, And we will see you next week for another episode of the Benefits Cool Down Ted Lasso edition. You better believe it.